Hi creatives, I am Dima and you're welcome to another interesting sewing tutorial. On today's tutorial, I'll be sharing with you how to sew this stylish halterneck blazer dress with side gathers. If this sounds like what you've been interested in knowing how I did it, then you have to stick around till the end. The last tutorial was the pattern drafting and this is all about the sewing. We had to do the pattern and of course the cutting in the last tutorial, but this one is all about the sewing and also the drafting of the side gather. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into the video. So this is a recap of the whole cutting that happened in the last tutorial. Please, if you have not seen that tutorial, go ahead and watch it. This that you are seeing on the screen right now is all about what we did in the last tutorial, which is the pattern drafting and dissecting all of this. Then what I said I'll be doing in this tutorial is taking care of the side gather. Okay, so to understand this clearer, please go ahead and watch the last tutorial. I'll put the link in the description box. So this is the panel that will be taking care of the side gather, and I had to cut it out just as you can see me do right here. Then the next thing is to go ahead and draw my slash lines, and then I'll go ahead and fold this fabric. I folded it, is a double fabric, and I folded again. So I'll be cutting the two sides of the side gather at once. I'll be illustrating two ways that you can do this depending on what you want to achieve. But the second method is what I used in this tutorial. So to do this, the first method is to place your fabric on fold like this and just go ahead and spread. So the more you spread, the more the fuller the gathers will be. Okay, if you want it to be quite full, that means you're going to spread it really nice, maybe for 4 inches. Yes, for 4 inches spread, because the distance between from one slash line to the other is about 2 inches. Okay, it's about 2 inches, but you can see that I did not slash all of the slash lines because I'm trying to manage the fabric that I'm using for this illustration. So all you have to do is to go ahead and pin it down like this. You can see how I spaced it. I spaced it by about 4 inches each, except the first spacing that is on fold, that is about 2 inches. Of course, when you open up this fold, it's still 4 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and connect it with my chalk, just as you can see, and you can notice that I am cutting this with sewing allowance. Okay, I added half-inch sewing allowance, but at the hem here I added 1 inch. This side is half, is only at the hem, the downside, that I added 1 inch because that is more like a hemming allowance. I hope this makes sense. So having done this, the next thing I'm going to show you is the second method of doing this. This is the first way, and the fall of the gather is different as well, but it's also beautiful. Okay, so now if you want your own to fall like a normal gather dress, not looking like flayy, go ahead and cut it this way. But if you want your side gathers to look like flay, go ahead and keep it the way you can see me do right here. Yes, go ahead and do it like this. The upper part is smaller in spread than the lower side. You can see that the upper part I spread, the lower part I spread it more than the upper parts of this. Okay, and you can see how it is looking slanted. So go ahead and place yours like this and cut out. So that is what I'm illustrating here, and the one I used in this video is this particular one. I did not make use of the straight gather. The straight gather is still beautiful, is still lovely, but I felt like if you want to achieve exactly what we have in the picture, is looking more like a flay kind of gather. So if that is what you want, do this. So right at the hem, I've also added 1 inch seam allowance, and this side I'll be adding half-inch, just as I did the first time. Okay, so go ahead and follow this curve and cut it out like this with half-inch seam allowance. So after cutting it out, this is what I have, and this is what I used for this very dress. So now I'm going to take out this, and I just tried to form it to see what it looks like, and I was satisfied with the outcome. So we are going to go ahead and start sewing. This is the back pattern, and I had to just bring it out so that you remember what it looks like, the strap and all of the back pieces. Please check the previous tutorial, which the link will be in the description, and watch the pattern drafting of this. So I've gone ahead to join it together and also iron the seam allowances open. Just as you can see, I've also joined the strap. So now this strap is supposed to be folded like this. You know, it has 1/2 inch seam allowance on both sides. I actually did not do that, right? I just joined it straight. I didn't remember to do that. So know that you cut it double while sewing it, and more like stitch the two sides and turn it inside out and iron so that your strap will look neat. You know that this is for tutorial purpose. So what we have here is the front pattern. We've already joined the back pattern, and what I have here is the front. So watch closely to see what I'm going to do. Now what I dropped is the collar, and I'm unpinning the center front panel and the side front panel. I'm going to go ahead and join the princess seam, but before that, look at what I'm going to do to the lapel. So you're going to get fabric and then go ahead and keep that fabric unfold and cut out the shape of the lapel. Very important. Cut it out so that it is going, in fact, in the real sense of it, the whole of this center front panel, the whole of this panel that you can see right here, you are supposed to cut it on this particular fabric, so that when you open up your collar is folded up, like rolled the way collar is. I hope this makes sense. It will be showing still the fabric. That is why you use mainly the fabric to cut this center front panel lining. I hope this makes sense. You won't use your regular lining, because when the after sewing is the regular lining that will be showing outside if you use lining. So it's advised that you use the fabric to do this center front, but because of tutorial purpose, I just cut out just the shape of the lapel, and I had to go down a little. So now before I join that part, I have to join the princess seam, so which I have done now. So now the facing I cut for this lapel, I'll go ahead and join it now. Now this is the excess that I added for the princess seam. I had to go ahead and trim it out. So after trimming it out, go on and place this facing that we cut out. You know, when you are doing yours, you're not going to cut it as facing, you're going to cut it full as a lining. This center front panel is going to be the fabric that you're going to use for the lining of that part. I hope this makes sense. Every other side can be the pure lining, but this center front will be the fabric. Okay, so after joining it, you go ahead and iron it up, and you can see what it looks like right here. So you can see the princess that you can see that everything is cupping really nicely, and it is looking nice. So now this is how it's going to look. I'm just trying to check out the lapel of the collar of the blazer dress. So this is what I have at this stage. I had to bring the back pattern, place it over the front pattern, just as you can see, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch the sides. So after stitching the sides, we will now continue with the collar proper. So after stitching up the sides, you can see what it looks like. I had to just form it. I like to form my clothes as I sew. I don't know, for some reason I just like to form it back and check it out and know if I'm really feeling the dress. I don't know if every other person is like this, but I like doing it a lot. So you're going to go ahead and arrange everything, and I was happy with the outcome. So the next thing to do is to go ahead and continue with the collar. So now this is what I have. No, not the collar. We are going to go ahead and join the side gathers. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and join the side gathers for both sides of the dress, and after that we will go ahead and do the collar. So this is the collar, right? So you're going to stitch it up like this. You can see how I'm pointing. Use your 1/2 inch and stitch it up, because what it has there is 1/2 inch seam allowance. So stitch it up, turn it inside out and iron. So you can see how I top stitch there, so that when you turn it inside out, everything is going to look smooth. So you can see what it looks like right here. So this is the color. I'm just checking it out. I'm still checking it out, right? So this is how it's going to fix up and form the color. And I already know that is giving what it's supposed to give. I was happy with the outcome. Okay, so I had to go ahead and continue with the pattern. So you're going to stitch up here. Of course, your lining will turn there in, but if you're not using lining, that means you're going to serge, and or you use your do sort of bias and turn up that part. Okay, so right now, after stitching that part, this is what I have. I want to go ahead and stitch up the collar, obviously. So right now you're going to place the collar the way you can see me do. Aside what I'm saying, please watch closely to see what I'm doing. So go ahead and place it appropriately and stitch it down, right? So this is me trying to see that everything is the way it's supposed to be. I'm checking out the collar, checking out where it's supposed to join from, and that is the essence of keeping the pattern. Very important. If you keep your pattern, you can easily check out one or two things. Please don't throw away your paper pattern until you are done with making the dress. So you can see how I referred back to it to see where this collar will be joining from, because I forgot to notch where it will be joining from while cutting this on fabric. Okay, a lot of notches help during sewing. That's why I like putting notches. Okay, so after joining the collar, you can see what it looks like already. It's already coming together. So this is me trying to put up the coat again really well. You know, I have said it before that I like doing this a lot to see what the clothes is looking like. I don't know if it's the same with every other person, but as I sew, I always check out my clothes and see if it's giving what it's supposed to give, if that makes sense. Okay, so this is me checking it out, and I will then go ahead and join the strap that is at the back on the collar. I have to go ahead and flip it to the back and then join it. Okay, make sure you fix it where it's supposed to be, because I've already put the notch. So observe your notch to know exactly where the strap is supposed to join. The strap joined like 1 inch from the center back. So from that center back of the collar, I ensured that I joined the strap. That's exactly what I did. Nothing serious, right? So this is me measuring to ensure it is really 1 inch from the center back, because that is where the strap is supposed to join. Center back on the collar, right? So I had to go ahead and join this strap. So this time I observed the 1/2 inch seam allowance before joining, so that it doesn't pass that mark. I don't want it to pass. So that you see exactly what the outcome looks like. So after joining, this is what it looks like. I've pinched in the 1/2 inch seam allowance, yeah, because on this collar it will be so obvious if I don't, right? So I had to do that and join it to the collar. Now the next is to tuck it into the collar. Make sure you sandwich the strap between the collar. You know, the collar is double, so this strap is stitched on one. Now you are going to put it inside and fold it in the way you can see me do, and then stitch on it. So that is why I said, aside what I am saying, pay close attention and you understand everything I did. So after pushing it in like this, iron it up and stitch it down. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and stitch the gathers. So at this stage, this is what I have. I've stitched the back, and the dress became balanced, really balanced, after I stitched that back strap. So this is me checking this, blazer out again to know if it's giving. I always say this is my, I always do this. And by so doing, you'll easily notice if there is something that is off, that is not okay with the pattern. So this is me trying to just put everything up really nicely, and then go ahead and stitch up the side gathered pattern awfully, right? So you know that we have allowance at the center front, so I'm trying to pin it down because that is where the buttons are supposed to be. So go ahead and pin it down. I'm not going to fix the buttons up because this is for tutorial purpose. No one is going to wear this, right? So now you're going to go ahead and fix your gather just as you can see me show here. So go ahead and stitch it down. So once we stitch this down, we are almost done with this. All you need to do is to finish up any part that needs to be sewn, the hem and all of that, and iron it out really nicely. Please do not forget to put your interfacing. If you're using lining, you need to put your interfacing like hairstay, at least on the upper part of the blazer. Also put on the lining, just hairstay is fine, so that it will make the collar to and the lapel to look, slightly structured and nice. So if you want, you can put light wording on the lining if you want to do like you're enhancing the bust a bit, because this cloth does not need that heavy kind of thing. It's a blazer, in fact you don't need that. So just hairstay on the lining and on the fabric is fine. It doesn't even have to be full lining depending on the type of fabric you're using. Just hairstay to the waistline is okay. Okay, go ahead and do that and you will see that you get a perfect result. Watch the pattern drafting tutorial and then come and watch this sewing tutorial and go ahead and make your own pattern and draft this dress. Don't forget to give me a feedback. Let me know what your final result is like. If you enjoyed this tutorial, give me a thumbs up, like, comment, share. Do well to subscribe and turn on your notification bell to be the first to know each time I upload my videos. Here on the channel, I share lots of pattern drafting tutorials, sewing tips, lots of anything sewing that you will definitely be learning from. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for always stopping by to watch my videos. I do not take it for granted. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.